Good morning, everyone. We'll give till about 10:03, then we'll get started.
Perfect. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. It looks like there's only 3 people on here. Cielo, we'll go ahead and get started with you. How was your week last week?
It was good. It was good. A lot of work, a lot of running around, but had have 2 active clients. And one of them, I told them, like I said, hey, let's make an offer, and they were kind of like they were hurry up and wait, and then we hurry up and wait, and then when we finally got in their offer, they put their offer in, they were delayed, and so we lost the opportunity. We lost it to another offer, so I have to go back and start showing them properties again. And then I have another client whose mom showed up at the showings, and I took everything in my power not to slap her. She was we found the unicorn of a property that would have been great for her daughter, but she just ruined it. So back to the drawing board on those 2. But overall, doing well, doing a lot of like on the times that I'm doing, following up on my follow-up bosses and doing a lot of kind of research on how to maximize our Zillow leads. And then also how to maximize. I'm working on doing webinars training, and I'm using Landy as my test, my guinea pig on having her do first time buyers webinars, and seeing how that works. Because if that works, then that might be something. Seeing her success rate might help us implement that as how some agents may want to utilize that, especially the ones that are moms that have kids, and it's like minimum effort, but the effort is setting it up, and that's what I'm working on right now. I will try to. So that's kind of the 2
So,
things that I'm doing.
I know you just comment about trying to do some research on how to capitalize the best on Zillow. I've been doing
Yes.
Zillow for 12 years, and I can tell you the best way to capitalize on it is, and I've said this, I don't know if you were in any of those trainings or not, but when these leads come in, what you guys have to realize, and this is for everybody listening, those leads, think about how many spam calls you get a day, right? I don't know about you, but I get at least 30 to 40, maybe 50 a day. Okay, so if you call those people one time and text them one time and email them one time, that's not going to do you any good, right? So you need to call them. And what I would suggest is when a lead comes in, if normally it's a real-time touring or a live call anyway, so you're going to have a conversation with them. If the conversation doesn't go in the direction you want, where they don't show up and you don't physically meet with them, or you've even met with them in the past and need to get back in touch with them, I want you to call them. And if they don't answer, don't leave a voicemail, don't send a text, call them back like within an hour later.
And so Sam, I think Matt, I think that's a great idea. And here's how, like for me, you know, the
Well, I'm
systems.
not done yet. One
Oh,
second. So, right. So I want you to time block your day. So let's say from 9 to 10, you make calls. Um, whatever, let's say you call 25 people in that hour. I want you to turn around and call those same 25 people again. If you make calls from 9 to 10, take a break from like 10 to 11, right? Call them again from 11 to 12 or whatever, right? Take a break, maybe even if it's a 30-minute break. But when you're making those calls, make it uninterrupted and focus on those calls. So you're going to call them in the morning 2 times. Then after lunch, you're going to do the same thing with 25 different numbers and call them in the afternoon. So maybe you call them from 1 to 2, and then you take a break and you call them from like 3 to 4. The next day, I want you to switch it up. And I want you to call the ones in the afternoon, call them in the morning. And the ones you called in the morning, I want you to call them in the afternoon. But if you do that, the thing is you have to realize that if you're getting that many spam calls a day, those people are not going to answer the phone just calling them one time, right? Also, after I've called them the second time, if they have a personal voicemail, right? Hey, this is Matt. I'm not here. Leave a message at the beep or whatever. I want you to start leaving this voicemail. Cielo, what's up? It's Matt. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Just got a quick question. Right? It's sparking their interest because if you leave a voicemail like that, they're thinking this person must know me to leave that voicemail. So I'm going to call them back to see what they need. Right? When they call you back, and they will, I want you, even if you've never spoken to them before, I want you to act like you've spoken to them 2 weeks ago. Cielo, what's up? I know we spoke a couple weeks ago. Didn't know how your home search was going, but I see that you were looking at a few properties in this area and wanted to set up some showings for you this evening. What time are you available? I'm available at 5 p.m. Right? Just go right into assuming. And if you sound like you've spoken to them before, they're going to be less defensible in the phone call, right? So they're going to drop their guard down because their guard is up because they get so many spam calls a day, right? So I want you guys to try that. If you send a text message the same way. Hey, Cielo, it's Matt. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Got a quick question. Send an emoji with it, like a smiley face or the sunglasses emoji or some sort of emoji, send with it, because then they know it's not from a bot and they're going to be more apt to reply back.
no, I think that's great. And I feel like, and that's exactly what we should be doing. I think the resistance or the negative resistance that we have is that we get so busy. So I know that we have playbooks on FUB. And so I'm trying to figure out how, like for me, and kind of sharing my personal experience. I think like I was this weekend, I actually had, I have a client who I literally worked with them in February, and I just send a text, and I'm sending a text every other day saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. And that's even just the automated text that it's given.
Yeah, but you got to make phone calls.
No,
text
Matt,
messages.
Matt, I'm totally agreeing with you. Let me just explain. Let me tell you, because I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay. Like, yes, I think that doing that, I think with FUB, one of the things that agents get, I mean, they get, they get boggled down, they do whatever. But if you're doing something where you have a 25 list and you have it on a playbook where it says, here's who you have to call today, and here's the timing that you have to do it, and do it right away. I think that that's something that when it's structured like that, it's literally getting on FUB and hitting call and call everybody and do it. And if not, then do the follow-up on that stuff. So yes, I think that that's something that creating that cadence and actually telling the agents to do that, I think that would be like, be very prescriptive. I know it sounds like we're not teaching kindergarten kids, but I mean, I feel like that's something that can help get people to actually do what you're saying to do. So I agree with you on that.
Well, it looks like
And
there's only two other people on this call.
oh,
Sean, how was your week last week?
Hey Matt, how you doing? It was
Good.
really good. Just keeping busy because I have 3 closings this month, so just making sure everything is going smoothly.
Good deal, man.
Just got an email just as we were speaking. Appraisal just came in, so we're good to go on the appraisal. That was my
Okay.
only concern over the weekend, really. I'm sorry I was sick over the weekend. I have a bad toothache right now, so I have to see the dentist today. But other than that, it was a great week. It really was.
Well, good deal, dude. Congrats on 3 closings this month. That's good.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be a strong month for me.
Yeah. Sharon, what you got?
Hey, well, I'm on my way to do a showing. It's good. I have 2 closings this month. I have one of my 2 leads. I had one lead that I've been nurturing, showed him a home in Winter Haven for 1.2 million. So we'll see.
Holy
Um,
cow.
well, we'll see. He sent me his pre-approval letter because he needed a pre-approval letter to even see the home. It's exactly what he wants. So I'll be following up with him today. Like I said, I've been working with him now for about 4 or 5 months. And then I have through my calls, right? You know, the challenge, I re-engaged a seller, and about 2 months ago, she wasn't interested in selling because she was kind of hesitant with the market, but I have a appointment with her on Thursday.
Good deal. Well,
So
again, I want to reiterate this to y'all. I mean, there's only 3 of you on the call now, or it looks like Vince just jumped on. But, you know, I know there's been a lot of grumblings about leads and the quality of the lead and all that. What I want you guys to realize is if Zillow sends you 15 leads, they're really only expecting you to close 1, right? So if you think about those metrics, if I get 15 leads, I'm probably going to close 1 to their expectation. Of course, it's going to look like the leads suck, right? Because out of 15, only 1 really converted. Now, I personally think, and I know this from experience because I've done it, if you guys attack these calls and these leads and try to get in front of them ASAP, whether they're going to convert today or not, it doesn't matter. I don't care, right? Like I'm going to try, if I get 15 leads, my goal is to meet all 15 of those within 24 to 48 hours of getting them. That's my goal. Out of those 15, I can then dissect how many that I feel are today buyers and tomorrow buyers. And then I'm going to start throwing them in their desired bucket, right? If you can start attacking your business that way and look at every single lead as an opportunity and not a lead itself, that's an opportunity that you got in front of someone. I promise you, your business will start taking off even more than it already is. That's the biggest disconnect I'm seeing with the majority of the people on the team is they're not even worried about getting in front of people. They want to see if they're pre-qualified and, well, they could be wasting my time or they might have another agent. I don't give a crap, right? Like, I don't give a crap if they're pre-qualified or using another agent. When I get in front of them, the value that I bring to the table is going to supersede anything that they have. I literally got a phone call yesterday from somebody that I met a year ago. Now, shame on me for not following up with them like I should have, because I got busy, right? We all get busy, but I shouldn't make excuses about following up. But what I want to reiterate is they called me out of the blue and say, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but we spoke last year. You met with us last year. I said, yeah, I vaguely remember y'all were relocating here, correct? Yes, we're coming here from Virginia. We've got our house sold. We're cash buyers. We're ready to buy now. Can you meet us tomorrow? So I'm literally meeting them today to show them houses on a lead that I spoke with and met with a year ago that, to my knowledge, I thought was, kind of a dead lead for now. But it proves the point that if you bring enough value to the table, even if you don't even follow up with them like you're supposed to, they will call you back. Vince, what you got? How was your week?
Hey, thanks for asking. The week was pretty good. I had a showing out there in Groveland, which was a great long drive, dirt road, but we showed a house. She liked it. I gotta get them improved and get them going for more houses. I got 2 closings coming up in July. So we're trying to get some more deals right now, man. Rocking and rolling, baby. Summertime. Let's do it.
Good deal. Well, one thing that I know Angel likes to touch on is he wants you guys to make 60 calls a week. All right. The last time I checked, there's 7 days in a week, right? So 60 calls a week is not even 10 a day. So I really would like to see you guys making those 60 calls a week at bare minimum. Even if you're busy, I still think we should be able to time block our days and make somewhere around 50 calls a day very easily, right? 50 calls a day. I could do that in roughly 2 hours, right? So I think if we just really target calling the leads more frequently at different timelines, right? If I call them at 9 and I try to call them back at like 10 or 11 and they don't answer, again, that next day I'm going to call them at like 1 o'clock and then maybe again at 3 o'clock. And then if I don't get an answer, maybe the next day I'm calling them at 5 and 6 o'clock. Right? Because people's work schedules, you don't know what that looks like. But I'm going to attack that number at different times until I hear from them. But if we call them once a week at the same exact time every week, they're not going to answer us because they're going to get 40 to 50 spam calls that bog yours down. Vince, you got your hand up?
Yeah, I got a question for you on that, right? I'm noticing, I don't know if it's me, but I'm noticing that a lot of people I call now are having voice assistants attached to their phone calls. So you call and say, "Hey, who's this? Lee, what's your name?" La la la. So I get it a lot, and I lead it a lot, and I'm not getting my responses back on some of these phone calls. So any suggestions on how to get if you're not getting the pickup on a phone call? Like, should I do more emails, more texts? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, try to get them to respond back to me now, because I notice now a lot of times I'm getting like the AI assistant asking me who's this, la la la. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm getting the person at all.
Well, if you get that, like I said earlier, you weren't on the call then, be more personable. Like if I get that, leave your name and I will reach out to the Google subscriber. Okay. When I call you, I'm going to know your name, right? So if it asks me that, I'm going to say, "Vince, what's up? It's Mac. Pick up the phone, bud."
I like that. I like that. A little
Right?
thumbnail. Yeah, I like that. It's quite hot.
So they may not answer, right? But I'm going to get a lot more intrigued by the buyer to answer the phone because I'm going to sound like I know you, that I've spoken to you, right? Like they may be perplexed and like, who is Vince? I don't know who Vince is, but he sounds like he knows me. So I'm going to answer the phone, right? That's the voicemail that I leave people. Literally, I'll leave that voicemail. "Vince, what's up? It's Matt. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Just got a quick question." They're going to call me back because they're intrigued by who the hell is this, right? They must know me. And then again, I said this to everybody on the phone earlier before you hopped on. When they answer, go right into acting like you know who they are, even if you've never spoken to them before. "Vince, what's up? It's Matt. I spoke to you a couple weeks ago. I know you were looking at homes over in the Orlando area, or the Groveland area, right? I see a few homes here that I think would fit your needs after our conversation a couple weeks ago, and I can actually show those to you this evening if you're available." You can even see what they're looking at, right? Like Zillow sends you alerts. Another thing you can do that's a tactical trick is say, "Hey, I know we spoke a couple weeks ago." Now, granted, I've never spoken to this person in my life, but Vince, I know we talked a couple weeks ago. You know, I found this house. I think you would really love it. If you see that he hearted 123 Main Street, there's this property that just popped up. It's over on 123 Main Street. I think it fits your needs perfect. I can show it to you tonight at 6. They're going to be like, "Holy crap. I literally just hearted that house. This guy must really be paying attention to what I like. So I'm going to be more apt to meet with him because he sounds like he paid attention and listened to me. Even though I don't remember our conversation, obviously he did. Does that make sense, Vince?
Oh no, I love it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, clickbait.
Yep. So it's just any way that you can get them to drop their guard because they're going to have a wall up. They get, again, I get at least 30 to 40, maybe 50 spam calls a day, right? And the minute I answer the phone, if it sounds like someone is foreign or in a call center, I'm going to hang up on them. So you've got to be different than those people calling. That's the only way to make yourself different. But I want y'all to make it a goal that you're calling 50 calls a day, right? I know Angel says 60 a week, but I can make 60 calls very easily in a day if I want to. And I know we're busy, but you can make phone calls while you're on the road, right? Like in this meeting, if I'm on the road and I'm not on this meeting, I could make 3 phone calls while I'm on the road to past clients that I haven't spoken to in maybe a month or 2 weeks or whatever, right? Or a new lead that I haven't been able to get in touch with since I met with them 2 weeks ago. Sharon, you got your hand up?
Yeah, I had a couple situations where I got connected to a lead and we spoke, and then I sent a text. In fact, one was this weekend, which Dane, I'm gonna ask you to reassign because probably someone will have a better luck. And then they text me and say like unsubscribed or stop when I text them. So I'm assuming that is like, okay, don't call me anymore, right? Don't text.
Yeah, if they tell you to not call them again or go to hell or lose my number, right? It is what it is. Put those notes in the system. The more detailed notes that you can put in the system, the better that helps us when we go to Zillow and explain to them about these leads, right? But again, have the mindset that if I get 15 leads, I'm probably they only expect me to convert 1. Now, I can get y'all to converting 3 of those, maybe 5, right? If you're just doing the tips and tricks that I'm talking about now, I promise you that your conversions will go up. Does anybody have anything else for the group since we only have 4 people on here?
I know, super quiet today. Normally then we've got at least 12. I think they're all on vacation. No, just kidding.
It's because they knew I was on the call, so they didn't want to hear me.
Oh, I didn't know how they would know.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got. Y'all make it a great week. And if you need something, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm doing
let
my
me know.
training on Wednesday on how to build your business. A lot of it's going to be the stuff that we talked about today will be a portion of it. But guys, we are trying to help y'all, right? Like we
So,
want y'all to be successful.
when you say how to build your business, what are some of the things that I can tell them, like maybe how to work your cadence? Like if I get them, like I'm gonna try to build up like at least one of, like that one's an exciting one, but what are some of the kind of sound bites that I can promote here in Ohio?
Well, I mean, real estate is real estate in every state, right? The paperwork's different, but I'm going to
No,
talk
but I
about
mean, like for
what-
example, for me, I could be like for me, from what I got today, if you're going to cover today's, it's like, hey, get together with Matt because he's very energetic and he's going to teach you how to like here are some of the steps that you need to take. Like it's not
Yeah.
50 calls a week, it's 50 calls a day, that kind of thing. Okay.
Well, it's about strategy, right? Like if you energy matches energy. If I call
Yeah.
you and sound excited to talk to you, then you're going to be a lot more excited to talk to me instead of me sounding like I have a black rain cloud over my head, right? Number 2 is attacking your book of business, right? So Wednesday, I'm going to discuss how I go through my book of business and how I was able to get 50 plus closings a year because I get at least 1 deal a week because of how I go through my book of business.
So you know what? No, I totally like that. I totally like that. I'm trying to get like that reinvigorate that energy in the team because I think like right now is very reliant on the Zillow leads and not really doing as much. Like I think we could do so much more in Ohio with all the opportunity we have here. So
Well,
I
if
like what you're saying.
it's not
So
even that, it's I built my business on Rocket and Zillow, right? If you do the things that we try to teach, you'll
yeah.
grow your business organically just from those leads because you should be getting one referral from every single lead that you get,
And
right?
Matt, like I think one of the things that was crazy was like following up like and I've been doing I know you want to call, but I've been doing the text thing because it was quicker and it's working for me. But I'm able to get this new client that has been dormant since February. And the reason it was dormant, Dana, I was such an idiot because I think sometimes like we just don't get trained. I had a filter on and I didn't see when I was looking at my leads, I had it with a filter on. So I was like, when you told me to do a different filter and then I cleared the filters, I had like all of these other clients that I was like, oh my God, I thought I called them all. So no, I get it, Matt. It's the sensitivities of like, how do we get everybody to be performing at their top? And I think that we do get stagnant, we do get overwhelmed, and it's just trying to break through that. And like the energy that you're bringing, it's exciting. So it's sort of like, how do I motivate the team to attend these meetings and get something out of them? That's what I'm saying. Hey, Dana. What I was asking for before we
Yes.
call, because today I gotta go to I have to go to this building, so it's gonna take me a
Okay.
while. What I was looking for is, as Matt is, I think, probably busy right now. I'm looking for a report for the agents in Ohio for the weekend, for Saturday and Sunday. Is there a way that I can see like all of the calls that came in, like who picked up and who didn't, and then is there a way
Yeah,
that I
I
can
can send
see?
you the rate. I can send you what I send Matt and Angel every Monday morning. I'll
Yeah,
send you what the call rate pickup, because I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, be able to, it would take me too long to show you like all the clients that came in, but I'll show you what came in over the weekend, like the
like what
pickup
calls
rate
they
and
took, like
stats.
how many picked up
Yeah, how
and
many
how
calls they
many.
attempted, and yeah.
Okay, if
So
you can do that, I
my
want to take a look at
phone,
that.
I stepped out of my truck for a minute and it switched back over to my Bluetooth. So I'm back now. So one thing I was going to tell you, CLO, is the biggest disconnect we have with
Mhm,
a lot of members of the team is us in management, team leads, owners, whatever you want to call us, right? We
mhm.
want it more than the agents want it. That's a major problem. I shouldn't want you to be successful more than you want yourself to be successful.
Absolutely.
So
We want
Matt,
that for you guys.
so let me tell you something. No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And the area of expertise for me is getting very granular to that the level where like what is like right now, and I'm working with getting the zip codes. Dana, I'm getting the zip codes for like so that and I'm going to do it by zip code, not by agent, so that it's very easy for you to see it by zip code. Okay, I just like the Google Drive that I'm doing, but like you should see everybody that I'm talking. My whole team is completely engaged in this weekend. Although I am raffling off a $25 gift card for them to fill this shit out. But hey, I'll do anything to get them motivated. But I think that, yes, you guys are very excited. It is a very intimidating thing, Matt, for agents because of like you've been doing this for a long time. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm still like, I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
but
God. No,
here's,
Mhm.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I'm saying that I love the fact that I'm getting engaged at this level because for me, I'm the boots on the ground and I'm not getting half the information that I'm getting now. So for example, the showcase, I'm excited about showcase. I didn't even know that I can do that for $200. I'm bringing that to the team tomorrow. Now, I don't know where it got lost in translation, but if we're able to kind of really say, here's like you say, hey, we're going to do this training with Matt because he's going to do this and get people to actually understand how it affects them personally. I think that you will find more of their motivation. I think that when you're talking about that
Well-
lack of connection, I think it's a lack of navigation for us. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
again, it comes down to them. You made a comment a second ago that they're timid or nervous or like, if you want to be successful in this business, you can't be timid or nervous, right?
Right.
Yes, I've been doing this 12 years, but my very first year of real estate made me no different than anyone else. I closed 48 deals. How did I close 48 deals? Because of the way that I attack my business. I've always closed when I was by myself and not running a team. I was always closing over 50 deals a year, every year. The reason I was able to do that is because I'm not timid. I will go talk to someone in the grocery store next to me if I have to, right? If you are timid, this is not the business for you. You have to be completely open, high energy, and have a positive mindset. That's all you need. Those three things. If you're completely open, have a positive mindset and high energy, you can be very successful in this business. It has nothing to do with, I mean, it's all you're doing is solving a problem. You're not selling anything, right? We're salesmen, but we're not salesmen. That's the biggest disconnect that I see with everyone is so, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should call this person, so I'm just going to text them because it's easy. Get out of your comfort zone, be uncomfortable. If you want to be successful, be uncomfortable.
So one of the things that I learned at a previous brokerage that was really helpful was they would make us go, we would go into the office and it would be like, all right, for those people that are uncomfortable making calls, that like you would be there and then your team lead would be there and you just start calling. And if there's any questions, you have that person there to help you motivate and getting this done. So I totally agree with you. Like if you're timid and you can't call or talk to anybody, then you need to find something else. But if we can tap on somebody that is ready to like bloom, I think that that's a great opportunity for us as well.
Well,
so I agree with you. And
There's
so
something for you there, right? You and Angie set up a time where it's mandatory that your whole team meet you at the office. And for 2 hours, you're all going to make calls together as a group and you're going to buy them pizza and have them eat pizza and drink Cokes and whatever.
no,
and
yeah, like no,
make phone
and I
calls.
think that's so we have so one of the things that I'm thinking about doing is they have these like these big rooms at Panera and just like saying, hey, you know what, we're gonna do this, we're gonna try this and making calls for those and then just doing and buying lunch or whatever, or they could even bring their own lunch. I don't even think you need to do something, get that big, but I think it's creating those opportunities where we are making it a, when you say mandatory, it's it becomes a little bit like, I think that you want to be more motivational than mandatory because I think at that point you'll face some resistance because some people can't make it. But I know what you're saying. In the
Well,
spirit
if
of what
it's
you're saying-
mandatory, you don't give them options. And see, that's the biggest problem. No one wants accountability. They say they want accountability, but the minute you
So,
put accountability
Matt,
on
no,
them, they push away.
I listen. I totally understand what you're saying, and I think we're violently agreeing here. We're violently agreeing. Okay. Like I know what you're saying. And so my job is like, how do I get this fucking team to get motivated and go and do these things and figure out why it's going to impact their business? I totally agree. My challenge and Angie's challenge is how do we get this done in a way that it keeps people motivated? So I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I love the idea, like the calling thing. I think like we used to do it. Angie and I worked for this horrible brokerage back in the day when she was very timid, when she wouldn't even talk. And look at her now. She broke out of that shell. So, and it was because we went to this roach infested place. And this thing was like, this is every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, because that's from 10 to 12. This is what we're doing. And this is whoever shows up, there's lunch or whatever, we're making calls every day. And the leads are there to help you with any challenges you may have or helping, they would listen to our calls and be like, okay, here's how you can do this. There's a little bit of that coaching and I really
Yep.
like that. So I want to do that.
So Dana, you've had your hand up for a while. Vince, I'll get to you in just a second.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, kind of piggyback on all that. I was totally agreeing. Um, CLO, and I think too with your agents, all agents, like take notes. Like that was actually addressed in whether the last team meeting or the one before about the whole Zillow showcase. I mean, I purposely wrote notes about it, and but it's so just, I'm encouraging you to like encourage the other agents over there as well, like the important stuff that we're going over in the meetings alone are just very important to pay attention to, so they don't end up like this, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about this, but yet we did
I
address
have to
it.
tell you this, I totally missed it. And this is not something
Yeah.
I would have missed. Like, it's one of
Mhm.
these things where I was like, where did that breakdown come through? Because I was like, and I like that. Like, I love the fact that we're getting to fill in these gaps because there's such an opportunity to do that, Dana. And one
Right,
of the things that
right.
I'll tell you, I started looking at like the recaps on the meeting last week, where like
Mm-hmm.
nobody has their camera on, and I went in and I looked at my report and it told me all these things. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know I did that. Or how do I do this? Like like you didn't realize how much resource you have in the coaching. Cause I got coaching. I didn't like the picture that they took for me. I was like mid conversation, but I feel like there's an opportunity to do a lot of that stuff. And I totally, I think
Mhm.
that I'm taking that as a personal responsibility, given this opportunity to like, what are the things that we're not,
Right.
why didn't I see that? Why, like to me, I was like, why didn't I catch that? Because I did
Yeah.
not catch that at
It's
all.
just a reminder for all
Yeah.
agents to really remember exactly what Matt said. Like I'm literally praying for you guys every day. We're like your fans out here. Like, come on, we want you to succeed. We have so many resources for all you agents, and you
Yeah.
just have to
Yeah.
utilize them.
I
And
agree.
that's where we get
I
frustrated
agree.
as leads, as what team leads. We're like, why are you guys not
Thank you.
utilizing all that we offer for you? So we just
Well,
want you
that's
all to take
exactly why.
advantage of
Like,
it.
I'm going to ask my team. I'm going through the
Real
showcase now,
quickly,
signing up.
I know I'm sorry to cut y'all off, but Vince had his hand up for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna get to Vince real quick. Vince, what you got?
Oh no, I mean I agree with everything that's being said right now. I just think a lot of motivation I think comes from first time agents when you get a couple deals. You got a little money in your pocket. You get, like you said earlier, too comfortable to relax, and then you fall into that hole of not having any deals. Then your mind starts to go crazy, and you start panicking again. So I think for a lot of us, I think the motivation is like, hey, I mean, if you want the money, you have a family, you have bills. That's enough motivation for me to get money out there. I think for a lot of realtors out there, I think a lot of them don't really realize when you're a realtor, like what we do as the realtors, we're special. We're helping people actually make money for themselves and for their family and for their future families. And I don't think as a realtor, a lot of us realize how powerful we are in society and what we do for the whole society as one. Like doctors and the cops, we're out there also making a difference. So I think that's to also be pointed out as us being realtors. Like what we do here is very special. We're not like a handyman. We're doing things that help a whole community get by sometimes, if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we're problem solvers, right? We're problem solvers. We're marriage counselors. We're personal counselors. We're financial advisors. Like we wear so many different hats that we're the quarterback of the deal, right? So anything that happens, it's going to fall on us because we're the quarterback. So it's going to be our fault, regardless if it's our fault or not. Sam literally had a buyer last week, the day before closing, the seller died, right? It's out of everybody's control, but the buyer was pissed off because their life was in a very weird position because they had sold their home. Their whole house was in a moving truck heading to this property. And now they're homeless with no end in sight because the seller died. So they took it out on Sam, right? Even though they shouldn't have, they did. Now they called him back and apologized after, but we are affecting the most important thing in someone's life, which is their home, right? Their safe space. Their whole life surrounds around their home, right? So we have to realize that no matter what happens, we are the quarterback of that deal and it's going to fall on us. You got to have thick skin and understand that you just have to roll with the punches. So again, that's where a lot of people are not going to be successful in real estate because they don't know how to do that. You have to let it be rolling off your back, thick skinned, because if you can't do that, you're not going to be successful. So there's all kinds of different things. We could go on for hours. Obviously, I got to hop off here because I got another meeting I got to hop into. But if y'all have anything else, just let me know. But I got to get off here. And y'all make it a great week, okay?
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank
Ciao.
See
you.
y'all.
Thanks,
Ciao.
Matt. Bye-bye.